And hello, everyone. And this is Jim and Lambert back on the podcast, How We Grow, episode 9. So it's been already 9 weeks we're doing this. That's 2 months in a row where every week we talk about what we're doing at Kai to grow it before the launch, but also after the launch. And the goal is really to take you guys with us as we go through the journey and as we test different things to grow, whether it's on social media, SEO, monetization, acquisition, and so on. We talk about everything. And in this episode, we're going to talk some more about acquisition and specifically our social media strategy. I'm here with Lambert, as always. How are you doing, Lambert?
Doing good. Beautiful days in Lisbon, not that warm. So, yeah, enjoying
Lisbon. How was the weekend? Feeling rested?
Yeah, feeling rested with Claude. Huh? Yeah, try to optimize. Close to reach the. I reached the weekly limits for Fable and 95% now for the week, but it restarts in 2 hours, so all good.
Yeah, the Opus 5 came out 2 days ago. So I guess now that when Fable is reaching the limit, you have Opus 5, which is basically like a new Fable. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's feeling quite invincible. But yeah, so heavy weekend with Claude, trying Fable, trying Opus. That's great. Great to have you this week. We're going to talk, as I said, some more about social media. Let's maybe first give a little bit of context on social media. Like, what are we doing right now on social media, and how has the momentum changed? Maybe from, I think it's around 2 months ago when we started doing the first few videos to now. Like, take us a bit through the journey, what we learned along the way, and what are the next steps? Like, given what we learned, what are we trying to do more of right now?
Yeah. This is a super long journey because even I remember, like, before I joined Morgan, I was like, hey, I think that could be amazing to try social media content, also YouTube content. And yeah, you was telling me it could be a project that we could work on Morgan. But the thing is, Morgan is a bit different and have his own perspective, his own ton of voice on social media. So at the moment that we start Kai, I was like, whoa, I think we should definitely try to keep going on social media, on Instagram and TikTok, and see what can we do, try to have a strategy, try to have something. So yeah, we start at the very first hackathon to take camera and just film things and see where we can, what can we film and see a bit the flow. And then right at this moment, we start to have some little videos, like the short format video. And yeah, let's say during the 2 first months, we didn't had any strategy, just posting some cool things, mostly top of funnel, like the vibe at the house, working with the guys. And was coming the second hackathon when we start to try to build a real strategy with Danny. Also, Danny is like the guy that's working with us on Know Everything, but also before he was like a content creator, making a lot of video for his YouTube channel. And at this moment, we was sitting together, try to create a bit of strategy, top of funnel, mid of funnel, and bottom of funnel. But we will talk that probably later. And then during, let's say the last months, we try to have something a bit structured, let's see. And then coming before this hackathon 2 weeks ago, like we was like, okay, no, we think it could be nice to have more content, more consistency. So we decide to look for someone that could help, and that's how we hire Low for the hackathon. And then we are more structured. We have some goals, and we want to see how it can go. For now, today, we are not sure about the potential value that could have. I mean, we know the value, but we don't have the result that we want to have to achieve, like basically having paid user from social media. It's not the case now, but also because the product is in beta. But yeah, we are probably in the good way. So this is overall the journey, but can be we can deep dive in different point of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think what's interesting is how we kind of came up with the strategy and with the structure along the way. It wasn't a very scoped project that, we thought about for weeks before, like hiring resources and then trying very specific things. I think we were very opportunistic about it. And as you say, like the first hackathon that we had in February, we just had like a bunch of camera and we recorded a few videos. And then you were editing these videos for a few weeks after the hackathon and posting one on social media, like on TikTok and Instagram. I think you were posting like one video every week, every 10 days. And,
Yeah.
and it's really like, yeah, step by step that we started like, oh, okay, this is working. Let's try to do a bit more of that. And then we'd adjust.
Yeah, and also the thing is, during this first hackathon, we didn't had any goals regarding that. It was like more just document what we do, and let's take the camera. And since then, we start to implement data analysis. We start to basically track whatever we do in terms of content, in hooks, whatever, everything. So yeah, the first hackathon was just take the camera and let's see. So
Yeah.
with no objective and target.
Yeah. It was really just fuck around and find out what we can do with that. Then the
Yeah.
hackathon, indeed, we were like, we have some nice footage from the first one. Now I remember we created this list, a Google Sheet list of every plan that we wanted to have, like Jim boarding a plane, Lambert and Jim running, cooking on the laptop, and so on. And we'd actually track whether we had these plans by the end of the hackathon or not, and then we'd actually make them happen. I think it's also when we started doing our first few like editing of TikTok, and we had like our first few thousand views, and we got super excited about it and so on. And then after that, indeed, it was like, okay, now content needs to be a core part of what we do. And it's also because it's part of the overall strategy, which is marketing in 2026 needs to be through authenticity, through humans. And so it was also like part of the LinkedIn strategy that we're leading and some other stuff, right? And so then, yeah, we started scoping. You're talking about data analysis. We'll talk some more about it. But I guess, yeah, this is really starting from nothing and then building a strategy under the creation. I think it's a good approach. So let's talk a little bit about this. The strategy as it is today. What do we currently work with? Both in terms of resources and maybe the images or the videos we have, but also like maybe some data that we have or how do we fetch ideas and so on. Like what's the current setup of what we work with today?
Yeah. So today it's way different than before. Today we try to analyze everything that we publish on social media. That's mean for basically for a post, we need to prepare the videos, the hook on it, depend if we want to have a text or just let people talking or a music. So you have the text, the video, the potential music, and then the description. And at this point, it's going to depend of the part of the funnel that you're working on. So there is three parts. The top of funnel where we want to target basically everyone. So it's a bit the brain rot content where you can basically have us just dancing or I don't know, jumping in a swimming pool and add just a hook link a bit with startup and AI bros. So this is the very top of funnel. And here we try a lot of hook to see, okay, this hook keep the people a bit more on the video. So the average time is a bit higher than usual. Same for the part of the video. Should we have multiple plan or should we have only one? So this is a bit the strategy over here and the thing that we collect. The second part is the middle of funnel where we try to have more storytelling content. And this part is a bit complicated because for us, the thing that we try now, it's take a bit more time than the other. So basically it can be an interview, a story about people who are working on the company and things like this. And then we have the bottom of funnel, which is the thing that the content where we are talking about Kai and we're implementing clearly Kai on the content. And here also we try to collect as much as possible data. That can be so reels, carousel. I mean, for the whole three part of the funnel. And so the thing is, at every time we publish content, the difference with before this third hackathon in these 2 weeks that we're working on is now every time we store the hooks, the videos that we use, everything. Then every day we have a bot that's checking the data and say, okay, this video have this average time view, this like view, this like rate, sorry, this share rate, whatever, and then we can start to build a big map between the hooks that performing, the video that performing, the song that performing. And at the end, so this is the very beginning. So we built this like literally last week. So today is the very beginning, and the goal here is to build a big data sheet of this with a lot of data, and then we will be able to understand, okay, that's work, that doesn't work, and that's help us a lot. So this is a bit the strategy here for the how did we decide and the how did we keep the data. And then at the top of this, so as we say, we work with Flo. Lo is someone who works since a long time in social media, so she know how it's work. She know what kind of content can work and what kind of content doesn't work. And basically, before she was not working in startup or very corporate content, mostly on food content. But the let's say the tricks are kind of the same. So at the moment that you find the good content, the good contents, then you can double down on it. So she gave us a lot of recommendation, a lot of things to improve and to see how can we work together, and try to have a very unique database with the things that are gonna work for us. And this is the way that we are working on today. At the second part, and this is the next topics, but at the second part now, when we will have all this data and I don't know, maybe after 1 month or 2 months, we will have a lot of data. In the case that we are publishing a lot on social media, we will be able to automatize a bit more the video that we are publishing with Claude and the whole analysis that we have. But today the goal is to bring the data, hooks, videos, description, caption, whatever, and try to see, okay, this hook have in average 2-3% of like rate. Okay, this is nice, but we want to be at 5. Let's see how can we improve it. So this is a bit the strategy now today and how we collect the data.
And this data analysis, where does it come from? Like, where do you get all this data from?
So all this data is coming from the dashboard that we build. I think we talked about it two episodes ago. So the big dashboard that we build with it. So we have now a full page of the whole funnel that shows us the impression, the followers, every post and the results. And then what I had on it, it's basically the video the hook description that we have for each video, and then we can analyze a bit more. But yeah, I know that you built this, so I thought you was using the API from Meta for
Yeah,
having access to all the data.
yeah. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure whether it was the same, but where so the dashboard was built using the Meta API. And so I'll share here actually what this data looks like. But I wasn't sure whether we'd have like this level of granularity per post. So you can see here, for example, top posts with the hook that we went for, the date it's published, the concept, whether it's top of funnels or bottom of funnel, and then like the views, the saves, the ER, which I guess is the engagement rate.
Mm.
And so here there's also some recommendations that are done by AI based on the post. So
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. This part it's very nice. Basically, what I do for this every week, I run a skill that will use my Chrome with the Claude for Chrome and go to my personal Instagram account, and we'll see what are the new trendy thing that could we use depending of the result that we already had and the old video that we have, to make sure that okay, we can try this angle, this angle, this angle, because the last week this have been trendy on social media.
Mhm.
So this is super useful. I mean, I started last week. So for example, this week I will try and see if it's relevant or not, but it sounds like it can be super relevant. So yeah.
Yeah. Super interesting. And so we have this data. You have this, that's how you can link what we do to new ideas. Do you like, what's the setup to also look at the outside world to get some ideas from, hooks of, any viral videos that other people might be publishing and so on? Can you talk a bit about that?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Also, as you say, the thing is try to find the best content on TikTok and Instagram. And this is super important because you can have a lot of idea. If they are not performing, it's probably because your hook or your video are bad. And the first thing that I tried to work on also during the hackathon was, oh, can I have a bank of 1,000 hook that perform well for other company or other influencer? And what did I do here is basically let Claude with the same Claude in Chrome extension, borrowing Instagram with my account and taking like for hours screenshot of content that have a very good engagement rates and a lot of view. And then I start to build this bank of hook that is in a CSV file, and then here I have the hook, the performance of the post, and the post. And at the point that I'm looking for a hook, I just have to ask Claude in the knowledge base. Okay, I would love to do a hook with this video. I mean, a video, but I'm looking for a hook. I have this ID, this ID. Can you deep dive on the bank of food that we build together, and let me know if there is any opportunity that you can see? There is two way. The first, he told me, yeah, this content. It's a bit close. You should take a look and see what could, how can we do something cool between both. And there is the second way that you're telling me, yeah, bro, I have no idea. I have nothing on the bank of hook. So let's browse Instagram and see if there is anything. So yeah, this is the way that I build this bank of hook, which is very relevant. Even if I don't want to build to create a new video, I can just go there and watch the content. linked with different hook, and then that gives a lot of inspiration because you can see what is performing during the 2-3 last months on our market for social media. So yeah, now with the process that I built, the goal is to have this be done automatically and didn't need to go again and do and ask a Claude to analyze the hooks. But yeah, it's super important to have this bank of hook and content that performing on our market.
Nice. So yeah, we got a analysis of our posts. We can fetch the internet for talk books. Why aren't we bringing millions of views? Yes, yet. What's we have the intelligence layer. Of course, we're trying, right? But what do you think is the missing piece between the setup we have now and absolute uh, banking millions of views because we have the best setup? What's missing?
Okay. I will have a very long answer. So in a short word, missing is data. We miss data because we start this since 1 week. And the second is we probably don't have the all good process right now. We need to keep working on and try to find the best way. If I can add some things, I really think the content now is like spontaneous. So you don't have to iterate a lot on the content that you want to create. We'll give a relevant example. So during the second hackathon, we come with, as you said before, this list of plan that we want, and okay, we want to do this real. So let's have these plans, and let's see. But the thing is, when we was all together, it was not that easy to make those plans because everyone was working. You don't want to bother people. And I think the way the content that was working the much better at this moment was the content that we just take the camera, have a random idea, and have a very natural and human moment on the house. And I think this is the content that are working very well today. And yeah, so now today we have a lot of video which have this human thing on it, but we still need to analyze more why we don't have a million view on every content. And also I think we need time to warm a bit more the account to show to Instagram that we have people that watching, that there is a lot of engagement. And also, yeah, we need to work on engagement because I think this is the green flag for Instagram that will deblock a bit everything. And also for TikTok now, TikTok is a very complicated algorithm. I try to understand. We talk a lot with Flo about it. It's very complicated to have performing videos. Even after I don't know, we probably post 60 content since the last 2 months, and we still have content that are stuck at 1 or 2 view. We have some at 1,000, but we didn't see any green light. You see. So yeah, here we definitely need to analyze and try to understand what can work. To be honest, I have no idea for this, but the thing is, yeah, for Instagram, we start to have good result. We have 200,000 view on a single video, which is a good start. And now the thing is, how can we reiterate it, and how can we make sure the top of funnel content will reach 10K, 20K every content. For sure, for the middle and bottom of funnel, the thing that we want is not having super trendy content, because it's by definition not what we want to have here. But here we want to have people that engage with the content and that going to our website. So there is definitely different strategy, but if we want to be viral and have a million of views, we still to need to analyze a bit more what will work for us. So we have first and third, but no, we have to keep experiment, try A/B testing, try different thing, and yeah, see what worked for us and what didn't.
Okay. So we just need a bit more time, a bit more data to analyze.
I guess so. I'm pretty sure there is a lot of agency or guys will told you like, yeah, in 1 month I can bring you to a 10k 20k followers account. Probably it's possible, but we definitely are not like that specialized in social media, so we also don't know how to do. That's why we try to learn and see how it works for us. And yeah, I think the time will help us a lot here.
Nice, great. Let's make sure we collect more data and buy ourselves some more time so that we can get there. But yeah, I think we're on the good path. You know, we have we keep iterating on these hooks, on the different types of content. Yeah. What's coming up in terms of content? Any more like avenues that we're going to be exploring? What kind of formats do we expect to see?
So right now, so we keep going the collaboration with Flo, which mean like she will keep going on the top of funnel content and try to reach the million view. I hope she will achieve that. It's gonna be it could be nice. And what gonna change for the next week? It's basically on our side. So you and me will try to handle this bottle middle and bottom of funnel. What does it mean? It mean like we want to create some new content uh, depending of our product, and this is not that easy because you know, like you see a random company that talking about their product, you don't really care because the rate or retention will not be that good. So here the challenge for the next week is try to understand what could work on this. Basically, trying some original reel. We also have released this new feature last week called Do It with Claude, which is very interesting because this feature in app can target literally the guy that do not work with AI, and also the guy that's super AI oriented, working with AI every time. And this is a gold mine thing to work on social media, because today people are looking a lot of content related with AI and try to understand how to work with. So the goal for us here is to try to find the best angle to show to the world the value of this feature. And here I would like to try different angle to see what can work. And here probably it's gonna be also a little brain rot content mixed with our product to try to see if people can engage with. But basically can have a guy just have a call with his boss and running to the swimming pool because he click on Do It with Claude at the end of the call, and try to let people understand that this feature help them to work with AI and prepare a prompt for them. So this is the kind of content that we want to work on and start to experiment on that. And also there is content related to carousels. I know that today carousels is very good for account that have that have kind of a good base of followers. So we didn't have this big base right now. I mean, when we're gonna have 2-3k, it's gonna be way easier, I think. But the thing is, try to understand what's work for carousels and try to create some during the next weeks. And yeah, at the end have this mix of both in our side, mixed with the low work, and see how it can go, and also try to engage a bit more people using the stories. But also for that, we need to have a bit more followers. So yeah, this is a mixed strategy, and definitely during the next week, we will continue to experiment on the bottom of funnel side and see, okay, maybe this content can convert. We can have engagement from users and from people. So yeah, this is a bit the strategy that we want to handle here.
Awesome. Great. Anything else you want to add on the topic we covered?
I mean, yeah, maybe you two have some expectation because we're gonna work both on this. And what do you feel about creating this content? And yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'd love to try to build a bit more employee-led content and founder-led content, which is really like, again, the whole building public approach, where right now we have a lot of the videos are mainly editing and B-rolls and footage of us working. So it's way more like inspirational, but I think it doesn't tell a story when you look at the whole profile. It's not the next story. And I think we'd benefit from having that. So from having you, me, David, other people actually coming up on the channel, talking about reels. And it can be in the different forms, it can be really just like skits and jokes, but also like what it is that we're doing to grow Kai, or the features of Kai, the value prop, and not necessarily in a boring way, right? Like it can be done in a way that is that people will follow, so they can join the journey, because Kai is going to be here for the next 3, 4, 5, 10 years. And so if people can join early and they start building some emotional attachment in a way to the people, I think it can reinforce the social media growth that we want to have. And that's why, creators are so known and so loved by many, is because people like humans. And so I think when we are able to pull that the right way and have like people contributing to the channel with a human face, I think it would be better. So talking head and so on, I think would be great. And we'll see how and when we implement that for us. But I think it would be very important, and also like we take our content up a notch, and and build that authenticity and human connections to more.
Yeah, and at the same moment, also the goal that we want to achieve during the next week is, okay, how can we have a clear content that we can reproduce automatically with Claude, which don't mean that we don't have a human content, because it's gonna be video from us, but yeah, the goal here is to try to reproduce one type of content with different angle using Claude. And this is the thing that we also want to handle and work on, but it's not that easy for a lot of reasons, but also because today Claude, there is not a very good connection for the editing, especially for the social media editing. Like you don't have any connection with edit from Instagram or CapCut from TikTok, which could help a lot. And yeah, the thing that I tried to build during the 2-3 last week is automatize one type of content for the use cases that we have on the website. That was the flow is working, but the results are not that good. So yeah, this is gonna be also something that gonna be very interesting to work on during the next week, because we need to think, okay, we have a lot of video now, probably like 200 videos, but we need to let AI understand what there is on each video. So that means we need to create a script for each video, to have to have a proper name, and then to make sure that AI can pick this video and then add the video at the good moment, cut it, add the song and this is very not this is not easy, but I thought like at the moment that we will handle this also, it's gonna help a lot, and we're gonna have the end to do a lot of content and try to have a bunch of analytics. But this is also something that we would like to do during the next weeks, and then I can focus for the content that need more time to edit.
Yeah.
And that cannot be yet handled by Claude.
Okay. Great. Any final words?
No. The next week gonna be social media acquisition. So we want to have a paying user now. So let's go to make sure that people know about us and see our content on social media, but also different things that we're making on the website and everywhere. So yeah, this is the strategy for this next month, and see how it goes for the launch in September.
All right. Great. Well, in this case, see you guys. See you next week. Thanks, Lambert,
See you.
for your explanations. And we'll see everyone next week.
Yeah. See you guys.
Bye.
Nice.